This is a new level of faith. Reminding me that whatever is for me won't pass. Maybe 30 something days before we are leaving. We're really doing this. What's up, Faith family? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Marquita and I post faith-based content here weekly in hopes to encourage you in your faith journey with the Lord. If this is your first time on our channel, welcome. If you have been here for a while, welcome back. You all know that we've been documenting and sharing our journey here on YouTube. Back in April of 2023, we felt the Lord calling us to leave LA. But the crazy thing is, he didn't tell us where to go. And so I felt like this move was going to be different. So I started documenting the journey. And so over the next couple of months, I have so much content that I want to roll out and share with you guys in hopes to encourage you on your journey. And so if you have not watched part 1 through 3, can I encourage you to go and do that first before jumping into part 4 so you know what's happening. But if you are up to date, you can go ahead and check out part 4 of our journey. Today is Friday, May the 26th. This is an update on where we are in the move. Like maybe 30 something days before we are leaving LA. I have not told my job yet. I will. I think next Friday will be 2-week notice. So he's told his job. We still have not heard anything for a job, the job that he applied for. We did apply for something that is kind of like ministry stuff. We applied for that. We're going to the next level in that. But this is a new level of faith that God is really trying. Like, we're 30 something days from leaving LA and we have no clue where we're going. We know where we're praying to be able to go. But we don't have anything lined up. And I am like, again, I told you about the scripture that God gave me when the disciples were on the boat and they're like, Jesus, we're drowning, right? Where do we get up? You're sleeping, you're resting. And God got up, rebuked the storm, and he said, you still don't have faith? Oh, ye of little faith. And so I have been holding on to that when I feel myself freaking out like, God, what are you doing? 30 something days left before we're leaving and we don't know. And blah, 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 blah. And God says, do you not have faith? You still don't have faith after all I've done, all I've brought you through. And so that is it, man. We literally are 30 something days before we leave LA. And our next video, I'll do an accurate count, but we're 30 something days. I know that, from leaving LA, and we have no clue where we're going. And we're literally telling people, they're like, oh, you got a job? My husband told his job, like, you got a job? I know you got this. Like, we don't know where we're going. And I know it probably people even think we're lying, or we literally, I don't know, but we don't know where we're going. And so I am hopeful. I am trusting God. I'm leaning on him. I'll be lying if I say I wasn't like anxious or nervous or whatever, but when I get that way, I have to say, one day at a time, God, I trust you. I've seen you come through for us before. This is no different. So that's the update. Still no update on where we're going. Today is May 31st and it's Wednesday. Not a whole lot of change. This is an update video on the move. I did have a conversation with a job yesterday, and so I have a second conversation this Friday. So I'm praying that God opens the door if it is for me. And so after the conversation yesterday, God just reminded me that whatever is for me won't pass me by. So that was comforting. And man, we're just still moving by faith. By faith we are decluttering, getting rid of things that we're not taking with us. By faith, we're selling things. By faith, we're going to start packing and getting some quotes on trucks. By faith, my husband's already told his job. I already put that in the last video. But yesterday, we also told our landlord that we were leaving July 1st. So that really, like, it's been real. But that really was like, wow, we're really doing this, and we really have no clue where we're going, where we're going to work, or anything. We are literally moving by faith, trusting in the Lord. And so that's where we are. This is not easy. I get anxious sometimes, but every time I get anxious, God sends me some encouragement. So I am just believing by faith that God is going to start showing us some things, that some stuff is going to start happening, and it's going to start being a lot clearer, right? What he wants us to do, where he wants us to go. So that is the update for today. This is an update video, update on the move. It is Friday, June 2nd. I'm out for my walk. Just update. Today was good. I feel like we made some kind of progress. I had an interview, which went good. It was my second conversation that I had with a company. It's remote, so that's a plus. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes. Second thing is we have another conversation set up with this ministry that we may be able to do some work with together. So that will be good. So that's set up for next Tuesday. So we'll see. We've packed more. I'm gonna pack up some more stuff this weekend, and we are still taking steps of faith. Not 100% sure what God is doing. We are praying and believing that God will send us to Tampa, St. Petersburg area. That is our prayer. So, we don't know where we're going, but we know what we're praying for. So that is our prayer. So that's the update. That was part 4 of the journey. Y'all see, let's debrief a little bit. Y'all see, my husband had already told his job. We had already told our leasing manager. All of this 30 something days before leaving, and we still don't know. We still don't have any jobs lined up. We still don't have a home. And we're doing everything by faith. We're packing by faith. We're telling people by faith. Like, we are literally putting our faith in the Lord. At this point, it was like, if God don't come through, it ain't happening. And it was just a new level of faith for our family. And so I wanted to share these videos because, again, I want to encourage you not to give up in the waiting, because it's easy to give up in the waiting. The enemy attacks us more when we're in the waiting. He loves to tell us that God's not going to come through. He loves to tell us that, we're wasting our time. He loves to tell us these things. And so these are the times where you have to be so rooted in your word, around other believers that can encourage you. You have to guard your eyes and your ears on what you're listening to, who you're listening to, because this is the time. The middle is a sensitive time because it can make or break your situation. You can give up in the middle and abort everything that God's trying to do in your life, or you can keep going. And so I wanted to create these videos to encourage you to keep going, right? So you can see it really is hard. It's hard, but you have a choice every day to give up or to keep going. And so I hope that I have encouraged you, or I am encouraging you to keep going in the middle. There's a scripture that I love, Galatians 6:9. And it says, don't grow weary in well-doing. For in due time, if you don't give up, you will reap a harvest of blessing. And so for me, what it's saying is, hey, don't give up in this. Stay faithful to the Lord. Keep going. Keep trusting. Keep having faith that he's going to come through, because in due time, he will. And I want to say a little bit more about this in due time. And first, if you have not already liked, commented, and subscribed, please do that so that you can stay up to date when I drop part 5 and all the other stuff that we'll be doing over here. But I've gone to churches before, and I know you probably have too, where the pastor says, in 3 days, it's going to turn around. When you get home, your situation gonna turn around. Tomorrow morning, your situation gonna be different. And how many of us, including myself, have gotten up the next day, 3 days, and our situation looks the same? And then we're so upset because the pastor told us this, but now we want to give up on God. I want to tell you, in this life, y'all, it's gonna be some waiting. Everything ain't gonna turn around in 3 days. I'm just being honest. I'm telling you from my own experience. I waited months and months before God told me and my husband where to go, what to do, before he opened doors. There was waiting. And so it's all about how you operate in the waiting. And we'll talk about that in the next couple of videos, just things that I learned and we learned together in the waiting. But I just want you to know, be prepared for the waiting. And in the waiting, y'all, there's still beauty in the waiting. I know we don't want to wait. We do want our situation to turn around in 3 days or overnight. But in the waiting, there's so much beauty. And you're like, girl, what's the beauty? What's the beauty, girl? So listen, it makes you stronger. It builds a closer relationship with you and the Lord. It shows you some things that you might need to change about you. Come on now. There's so much that we can learn in the waiting that we wouldn't learn if our situation turned around in 3 days. And so when God gives you that thing or that person or that opportunity or that whatever that blessing is that you've been waiting for, man, you will steward it so different. You have so much more gratitude. So there's beauty in the waiting, y'all. There is. Don't get me wrong. I don't like it. I ain't say I liked it, but I know that there's growth. I know that there's beauty. I know that I can thrive. And so I just want to leave you with, there is beauty in the waiting. Thank you guys so much for watching, for subscribing. I'm just excited about what God's going to do with this channel. I'm excited about what God's going to do in your life. So I love you. I'll see you back for part 5.